America, good evening. I'm Dale. I'm here with best-selling author Cliff, and today we have a power-packed, Power to Thrive episode that you do not want to miss. And just let me tell you something. Whatever you're doing right at this particular time, hit that subscribe button, get these actual factuals, and we're turning up the heat, America. Today's episode is ED. Let's go, Clifford.
Yeah, so that's erectile dysfunction, and there's a lot of rumors and false beliefs about that. Just to cut right to the chase, blood pressure is how everything in the body operates. And so your private areas are run by blood pressure as well. That's how they operate. And without blood pressure, they can't operate correctly. If the blood vessels are clogged, if you have cardiovascular disease or clogging of the arteries, then your arteries have reduced blood flow. This is 95% plus a dietary thing. It's based on what you eat. If you're not eating good food, if you're eating a lot of processed foods and factory farm animal products, they will clog up your arteries. And not only do they give you cardiovascular disease and heart disease, but they give you ED as well. And the instances of people that have physical ED with a good diet are near zero. 98% of all ED is diet related damage to your body, cardiovascular damage.
So you saying if you was on a plant-based diet, you wouldn't have a ED problem. And the reason I'm saying it is as a couple, married or whatever, now ED can have some problems. When you had it happen to you a couple of times, she gonna want to know what the hell's going on.
Yep. And so now instead of making up a whole bunch of stuff, people can just be honest. It's stemming from dietary dysfunction.
But Cliff, if you tell your wife or spouse or whoever, hey, my member's not working, and what do you think she gonna say? When you tell her, hey, honey, my member's not working, come on.
Well, she could say that you're not interested or that your relationship's going off the rails or something like that if they don't know any better, because it could seem like that, but it's mostly diet related. Now, psychologically, there's another thing. There's increasing evidence now that some of our social media behavior and also the uptake of porn can cause neural pathways to be burnt into your brain that actually reduce your sexual function. And chronic uptake of porn is being linked to sexual dysfunction and ED in both males and females. So that's another thing. If you're having sex problems, first thing I would do is cut the porn completely off. It's psychologically destructive for a number of reasons, and you can go online and read about it. I'm not going to articulate every reason, but it's a lot of different ways that porn really disrupts your neural pathways and destroys your capacity to have good, healthy sex. So porn is another one. And so that's on the psychological end. And
but get back to the physical end. Say you having a problem with your significant other. You know you need to fix the problem. What is your best advice to them on getting this problem fixed?
Go to a plant-based diet. Plain and simple. It'll resolve itself within maximum a year or two, but probably a lot faster than that. And just go to a plant-based diet and you'll be back on track in no time.
And here's the deal. You got these people going to these supplements like Hims and these pills and all this stuff, not realizing when you wake up in the morning after taking them damn things 2 or 3 times, your liver's gone. They're not telling you the side effects that's going to happen.
These supplements are the number one cause of liver damage in the United States right now because they're largely unregulated. And even if they are made correctly, people take too many of them trying to get the results. And so they'll double up on the dosage. And there's other things. They can conflict with other medications, and people are on multiple medications. So these drugs are no good. That's the wrong way to do it. People take things like Viagra and these pharmaceuticals trying to cure ED, and it's not a cure. What it is a temporary Band-Aid. And how those pharmaceuticals work, they cause dilation of the blood vessels, and that will temporarily allow you to go and have erectile function for just a little while. there's other side effects that can be caused by these drugs, a lot of different side effects. It's not worth it. Plus, it's a Band-Aid. It only will work for a while. Once the artery damage and the cardiovascular disease gets too great, no amount of Viagra is going to help. So it's a downhill slope, right down to the bottom. So the best way is to nip it in the bud. And the way to do that is plant-based diet.
Plant-based books around $9, $10 a piece, and you'll come out a lot better and a lot safer and a lot healthier.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We haven't been talking about it much on the channel up till this point, but I did write a book about plant-based diets. And so I'll show you what it looks like. There you go. That's what it looks like. And it's plant-based, and it goes over every aspect of adopting a plant-based diet. If you want to get rid of ED and damn near every other chronic disease, plant-based diet is the way to do it. And a lot of people will whine and crying about, oh, that's too difficult, or I don't want to give up bacon, or I don't want to give up my this kind of meat, or I don't want to give up cake and pastries or whatever you're into. You get used to different types of food. Within under 6 months, you just get reoriented to a different diet. And then the new stuff starts tasting just as good as the old stuff did. So, but people just trick themselves into thinking, I can't do that, or I don't want to give up something. But is keeping some food item worth getting erectile dysfunction over? Is it worth heart attacks? Is it worth having cancer? I don't think so. I think that's a stupid choice to me. But you can make up your own mind. But if I have a choice between eating German chocolate cake and barbecue dinners and all this garbage, and then sitting there living with ED and heart disease, I'm sorry, the German chocolate cake and the barbecues and all that got to go.
Because eventually at some point, you keep having that ED, your wife or whoever it is you with, the tipping's going to start happening. She going to get to tipping around a little bit because she want to be pleasured. And if you not pleasuring with ED, you got the pleasure, buddy. You got the pleasure, I'm telling you.
Yeah, let me see if we're missing anything here that's important. Predictors of ED include cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity. Obesity is a high predictor. Smoking, depression, medication use and drugs. That's a high predictor. The older you get, your body's starting to crap out because you're not eating right, and then you end up with chronic disease, and then it's just downhill, and ED's the next step. That's how it works. To put it in a nutshell, where it's real simple to understand, is that you start getting any of these other factors that are all caused by your diet and lack of exercise. So get healthy and get rid of ED.
Coming to a close?
Yep.
America, we're getting ready to sign out, and I'd like to say I enjoyed you. Like I said, we're about to turn up the heat. The next episode's going to be better than this one. Getting actual factuals, but we need you to hit that subscribe button so you can join us. Send us some comments, or join us live, however you want to do it. Hit the button. Have a good night.
Night.